Hello and welcome once again to the 3-day weather forecast. On Tuesday evening, we saw a belt of thunderstorm cells over the eastern border of Nigeria with Cameroon, which developed and propagated westwards into the country. As they propagated westwards into the country, by Wednesday, we saw these storms gave rains to places like Kefi and Lafia areas in Nasarawa State and also Makurdi in Benue State. We also saw these rains reported in parts of the FCT, Abuja, and also just in Plateau State. Imo State and parts of Cross River also reported some rains. We expect this entire zone, the southern zone, to be active for the next 3 days in thunderstorms. However, the thunderstorms may not necessarily be accompanied with rainfall over the southern parts of the country in the next 3 days. And so for the rest of Wednesday, we expect the northern parts of the country to still remain dry in low humidity and sunny conditions generally over these areas. Temperatures over the north, because of the cloudless skies, are expected to be as high as 43 degrees Celsius over Nguru, Potiskum, and Meduguri areas, while other places in the north are expected to have temperatures of 40 to 42 degrees Celsius over Katsina, Sokoto, and Kano State. We expect Abuja, the FCT areas, to be 37 degrees Celsius. Towards the southern parts of the country, because of high humidity and moisture in the atmosphere and the expectation that this area will be active for the next 3 days in thunderstorms, we expect to still see thunderstorms from the earlier storm that we saw around Makurdi areas. We expect this storm to propagate further westwards and affect places like Akure and also Benin areas much later in the day towards the night hours. Temperature values are expected to be 32 over Warri areas, 34 over Benin, and 33 over Akure areas, while Lagos is expected to be 35 degrees Celsius and Oyo is expected to be 36 degrees Celsius. For our air quality forecast, we expect most parts of the north, which appear in red color extending from Katsina, Kano, Potiskum, Nguru areas down to the Jos Plateau areas, Kaduna, Zaria, and also Guzo areas, to still have air quality that is considered unhealthy for all categories of persons, while places that appear in yellow, talking about Lokoja, Makurdi, the FCT, Abuja, parts of Kwara State, and also the southeastern parts of the country, Imo, Abia areas, to have air quality that is considered not a threat to the health of persons living around these areas. By Thursday, we still expect the northern parts of the country to be stable in sunny conditions. However, temperatures are expected to rise slightly because of the cloudless skies over these areas. We expect Potiskum to be as high as 44 degrees Celsius and Meduguri 43 degrees Celsius. Sokoto is expected to be 42 degrees Celsius, 42 over Kano, and also 42 over Nguru. Abuja is expected to increase slightly to 38 degrees Celsius, while other parts of the central states, Lokoja and Makurdi, are expected to report temperatures of 39 degrees Celsius. Over the southern parts of the country, there are still prospects for thunderstorms because of the unstable nature of this zone due to the high moisture influx from the Atlantic Ocean. And so for these areas, we still expect cloudiness, which may give rise to rains in parts of the southeast, extending from Enugu areas down to Imo State and also Port Harcourt areas, as well as Warri in Delta State. We also expect Lagos areas to be active in thunderstorms, and temperatures over this zone are expected to be in the 30s, ranging between 33 degrees Celsius to about 35 degrees Celsius over Ibadan and Ikeja in Lagos State. For our air quality forecast on this day, we still expect air quality over the north to be poor as a result of the predominant northeasterly dry winds from the desert, which bring in dust and leave some of this dust in suspension. And so most places extending from Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, Zaria, and also Kebbi State are expected to still have air quality that is considered unhealthy for all categories of persons. Over the southern parts of the country, we also expect places around Imo to have air quality that is considered unhealthy for sensitive group of persons, while places that appear in yellow extending from the FCT Abuja, Makurdi, Lokoja, and also parts of the southwest extending from Akure areas in Ondo State down to Ibadan are expected to have moderate air quality without any serious threat to the health of persons living around these areas. For the forecast on Friday, the north is still expected to be generally sunny, with temperatures likely to increase to remain high as 44 degrees Celsius over Potiskum areas, 42 over Maiduguri, and 38 over Kaduna State. Abuja is expected to be 39 degrees Celsius, while Lokoja and Makurdi areas are expected to report temperatures of 40 degrees Celsius in partly cloudy conditions. Towards the southern parts of the country, we expect to see more cloudiness with prospects for thunderstorms around Benin, Warri, Akure, and also around parts of Ikom, Calabar, and Port Harcourt in Rivers State. Temperatures generally over the south are expected to be lower within the range of 34 degrees Celsius over Ibadan and Lagos areas to about 35 degrees Celsius over Warri, Port Harcourt, and 36 degrees Celsius over Enugu and Ikom areas. For our air quality forecast on this day, the north is still expected to have poor air quality that is considered generally unhealthy for most persons living over the northern parts of the country. However, moderate air quality without serious threat to the health of persons is expected to prevail over places extending from Ilorin in Kwara State to Lokoja in Kogi State, and also the FCT Abuja, Makurdi, and Nasarawa State. We expect to see air quality that is considered unhealthy for sensitive group of persons in parts of Warri and also parts of Benin, Oka, Enugu areas of the south. Our 3-day weather forecast. Thanks for watching, and do keep it with us again.